MC today together with
Karan Vora.
So welcome to the BTEC Showcase event where creativity meets professionalism and students shine brighter. We're thrilled to have you all here today, parents, guests, and teachers, and of course our brilliant students. Today's lineup is packed with beautiful presentations, talent, and a few surprises for you, so stay tuned. To kick things off, let's begin the national anthem. Thank you. Let's center ourselves with a moment of reflection. Please welcome Kriya Dodia and Dhriti Dodia for the Jain prayer.
Good morning, distinguished guests, parents and students. Let's pray. Om Namo Harihantaram, Om Namo Siddharam, Om Namo Airariyanam, Om Namo Uvajayanam, Namo Loe Sabasahuram, Yeso Panchanamo Karo, Sarva Pava Parashanam, Manglaranje Savesim, Padamam Havai Mangalam.
Can we please have Jasmine and Dhyani for the school prayer?
Good morning, parents. Let's pray. Please repeat after us.
O God,
O God,
help us to begin this event well.
help us to begin this event well.
Protect us
Protect us
from all evil and harm.
from all evil and harm.
Inspiring us
Inspiring us
the spirit of courtesy, compassion, and goodwill.
the spirit of courtesy, compassion, and goodwill.
Enable us,
Make us
make us know,
know
to feel that
that to love
and to be loved
and to be loved
is better than all great possessions.
is better than all great possessions. Make
Make us know
that to love
and to be loved
is better than.
all great possessions.
Enable us to feel that in doing our work, we are doing thy will,
And that in serving others, we are serving thee.
Amen.
Thank you. Now, next we'll invite our head of school, Mrs. Vipachi, to share her opening remarks. Let's give her a warm round of applause.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, boys and girls. Dear parents, good morning and welcome to Senior High Campus. Today is a big day for our BTEC students. It is actually a climax of one of the many activities they have been doing during this term. The main purpose of this meeting is to be the audience for these students who have been running a business project for the last 2 months. And as I said, today is the climax. Today they are, after spending 2 months in the business project, that is launching the business and running the business, today they have completed the assignment on that unit and they are making a presentation what the project was all about, what were their challenges, and the finance part of the business, that is the main essence of any business. So these are the presentations they are going to make. As per the curriculum of BTEC, the curriculum allows us to invite a group of audience. Audience can be the students, audience can be teachers, or audience can be parents or the guests. So today we are all here together to listen to those presentations and make a remark or give our feedback here and there. This will help them to bring those improvements in their assignments and before they make a final submission of their assignments. So today's day is not just for one group of students, that is business, BTEC enterprise and entrepreneurship. It is also a day of presentations for BTEC hospitality students and BTEC sports students. Hospitality students will be making a presentation on procurement and research, and sports students will be making a presentation on fitness part of what they learn in their curriculum. They have been working very hard for last 2 months, all of them. Lot of back and forth has been happening with the teachers in submitting, making again some improvement and resubmitting the assignment. Today is actually a verbal presentation. There will also be recording going on for their presentations, and at the end of the whole activity, there will be feedback from the teacher and from the guest. We are expecting one of the guests. We are expecting her in few minutes. Once she arrives, you will be able to know her. But because time is running, we would not want to wait for more time, and we would want to start our program with a bit of entertainment, a bit of ice break activities, and the presentations will start. Once again, on behalf of Oshwal Academy, Nairobi Senior High, I thank all parents for being with us here, and you're most welcome. Feel at home and sit with the teachers and with the students so that we can all understand what the assignment was and how finally our students have presented it. I wish all the best to our students. You have been working hard. Yesterday there was a rehearsal time for them. They have prepared it well and ready to present it. So let's see how the day goes on. Most welcome once again, and thank you for joining us here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Vipanshu. Now our BTEC coordinator will officially welcome our guests and parents. Over to you.
Good morning, parents, teachers, and students. Allow me to just take a few seconds to welcome you all to this particular event. This is the climax, as the head of school has mentioned. So participate by asking the student questions where possible. That is part of their way of collecting feedback for their coursework. And we wish all our students the very best. The head teacher has just mentioned that the guest is not yet here, but we can carry on due to time constraints. Thank you very much, and you're most welcome, all of you.
Now, before we dive into the presentations, let's loosen up a little. You know what they say, a good laugh is sunshine in the house. So we have us together with Raj for a quick icebreaker. Get ready to move, mingle, and maybe giggle.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Raj Jakaria, and I'll be your host for the icebreaker event, just to loosen things up and hopefully have a good laugh. So the game we're playing for the icebreaker is broken telephone. Basically, we'll have 6 to 7 people. I'll send the original message, and then to the last person, we find out what the message is until we find the broken link where the message went wrong, basically. So that's the game, and I'm randomly going to select 6 people. I'm planning 3 parents, 3 random students. So yeah, let me just... Eight participants, and I'm going to start with the original message until we find out what the message is at the end, and then we find who's the broken link. Could you repeat what you've gotten?
Key chef, cook, chapati something.
Key chef cooked chapati something.
Key chef cooked chapati something.
Key chef, champion cook, chapati something. Key chef, chapati cooking sandwich.
Cheeky chef, champion. Cook chapati chefs.
So guys, the original message was cheeky chefs chase champions charging cheap chapati checks. So we can find the broken telephone, it's the first person. Okay, that was the end of the game. Thank you, and let's give a round of applause.
Thank you, Hira and Raj. That was the perfect warm-up. Now, let's get into the heart of today's events, the student presentations. These are the moments our learners have worked tirelessly for, and trust me, you're in for a good treat. First up, we have Group 1 from BTEC, Enterprise and Entrepreneurship. Let's welcome them with a round of applause as they present the innovative project.
Okay, good morning parents, teachers and fellow students. Over our last term, we had a chance to not just learn about business, but to also run our own business. Today we've come before you to talk about our pitch deck presentation, which will cover our names, roles, down to all our logistics as well. Please enjoy. Our topics of discussion today will be about us, where we'll talk about each member, their roles, and what they did to help the business. There will be challenges that we faced while running the business and also while planning the business, alongside products, outcomes and results, evidence, and conclusions. This is our team. I'm Avi Saleh, the CEO and CFO. I'd like to let everybody else introduce themselves.
My name is Darshan Ragwani and I'm the Chief Marketing Officer and the co-founder of Pop and Play.
I'm Parth Shah and I'm the accountant of the team.
I'm Caleb Kimathi and I'm the sales manager of the team.
I'm Nathaniel Mugwanja, I'm the inventory manager.
I'm Naman Shah, I was the CFO.
Alright, so about us. We started our business on 1st of September and it went up to 3rd of October. In the course of this period, we also had business operations running throughout, including restocks, sales, and books. One of our main objectives in the course of this business was to create memorable experiences for everyone, including students, staff, teachers, and ourselves. 10% of our overall profits were also going to be donated to a charity in need, which we're planning on doing this term. Introduction now. We had multiple products which are being sold and multiple which also had to be dropped. For example, as you guys can see over here, we're selling popcorn, Coke, Sprite, slushies, brownies, cookies, and more baked goods alongside. We also
which then helped us to get our net profit of 9,232. Next, we have our statement of financial position. So, as shown, we have one non-current asset and the rest are listed. So the rest don't have any value because they were brought in by the partners. During the course of the business, we bought 3 soda crates priced at 1380. Then we had current assets, which was cash in hand and cash in M-Pesa, which gave us the total asset of 34,612. Our total assets was equivalent to the capital and liability. So this is our break-even analysis. So break-even is basically when you want to calculate at what point after you've invested your money, you make a profit. So we use a simple formula where the wholesale price per unit is basically what we are getting one piece for the product at, and then we multiplied it by the unit sold, so like how many pieces we've sold in total. Then we got our break-even amount from that. After that, we divided it, and we divided it by our selling price to give us our break-even units. So for example, we had Lions Made Passion Ice Lolly. We bought it for 25, then we sold 15 units. So after selling 15 units, we got our break-even amount at 375, and our selling price was 45. So we basically had to sell 9 units in order to make a profit.
Okay, I'll be taking you through to the cash flow statement. This is a statement that tracks a business cash inflows and cash outflows. So the 3 main parts of a cash statement: the operating expenses, the investing activities, and the financing activities. As you can see from there, our operating expenses were 37,673. Our investing activities were negative 1,380, and we had nothing on the financing activities since we didn't get any loans or dividends. So our total net increase in cash was 26,293 after minusing the 3 activities. And our cash in the beginning of the business was 4,065. So when you add the net increase and the cash at the beginning, you get 30,358 at the cash ending of the business. Next up is the business model. So as you can see from the business model, there are many components of it: the key partners, the key activities, key resources, value propositions, customer relationships, channels, customer segments, cost structure, and revenue streams.
So I'll be taking you through the evidence. So the first day of the launch, we were giving people testers of boba so that they can sample, and if they like, they can buy. And over here, to the right, we have the CFO undertaking bookkeeping tasks. In the center, we have the group meeting on efficiency, on how we can make our production much faster and quicker. Then we have our CEO and the CMO filling ice on the sodas so that we can sell it to our customers during break and lunch. Then we also have our accountant and sales manager waiting for customers to come and give a short brief about our products, and our inventory manager refilling crisps when taking stocks. Then we also have our CEO and the CMO marketing with the posters around the school so people can know about our products. Also, we held a group meeting on the business legal format, and after all, we concluded and we chose partnership. Lastly, I'll be taking you through the conclusion. So it will consist of what was learned, what we can improve, challenges faced, and feedback from customers. Firstly, what did we learn? We learned that it is not easy to conduct a business and that there must be proper planning, teamwork, and accountability. We have also been taught to use money sensibly and make sensible decisions that can take up profits and growth. Secondly, what could we have improved? The overall way which this could have been optimized was the production efficiency.
So the only difference is actually the muscle groups being tested. The press up is done for the upper body, while the sit-ups are done for your core. In terms of validity and reliability, this is based specifically on your situation. So neither one is more reliable than the other. It's simply on the situation you have. If you're testing upper body, we would recommend the press-up test, and if you're testing your core, we'd recommend the sit-up test. Okay, so now body composition. This is basically checking how much fat, muscle, bone, and overall tissue you have all in your body. So we're starting with the skin fold caliper test. It just measures your fat, and you can do this in different locations of your body, your bicep, your tricep, and even next to your stomach. This is easy to do and can be done anywhere. Now, a bit more advanced, we have the hydrodensitometry test, which you can see on the image. So your weight is checked on dry land, and then your weight is checked underwater, where they're measuring the water displacement. So then the difference of the weight on the both places are checked to find out your body proportions. In terms of similarities and differences, all of these can be tracked and monitored very easily over time. In terms of differences, like I stated, the skin fold caliper test is much more easy to do. It requires very little equipment. On the other hand, the hydrodensitometry test is a very expensive test and usually kept for the higher level athletes. So in terms of validity and reliability, we've decided the skin fold caliper test is more valid and accurate, but the accuracy can decline if it's done by an untrained professional. So now that we've gone through the fitness test, we'll just go through some purposes of fitness testing. So one, we have identifying components of fitness which need to be improved. So this is basically saying you do the fitness test to find out people's weaknesses, and once you find out their weaknesses, you can find ways to work through them. And also we have giving benchmarks to measure improvement. What this means is, in an athlete-specific sense, is that they do fitness tests in the beginning of the season, which will give them their benchmark, and then they'll do it 1 season later to see where improvement has occurred. Another one is allowing specific programs to be rated. This goes hand in hand with the first point, where specific programs are given after assessing their fitness test and then seeing where they have weaknesses and where they can improve on it. Lastly, we have playing a role in educating individuals. So the more you educate individuals in terms of fitness testing, it helps them to ensure themselves that they have good personal health and physical ability with these simple tests they can do anywhere. So now we're moving on to recommendation. You saw per component of fitness we had 2 tests, and this is just, we are recommending one per which one is better. So in terms of power, we have the 1 rep max test, as Guardian mentioned, because this is a direct measure of submaximal force, meaning it shows you specifically one section which we thought is better. Now for speed, we have the 30-meter sprint test, because this can be done anywhere and it measures top speed as well as acceleration. Then for power, we have the vertical jump test, which I mentioned previously. And this, we chose it to be better because it can be done anywhere and it is more viable. So then in terms of muscular endurance, like I stated previously, we wouldn't decide one which is better than the other. It's all in terms of the situation you need.
Okay, allow me to move on. After looking at all those tests, now we're going to evaluate. So simply looking at the advantages and disadvantages. So to start with the flexibility, this offers a more cost-efficient method approach, which evaluates the lower back and hamstring flexibility, which is important to help with posture, injury prevention, and overall daily movements for the athletes. In terms of different disadvantages, limited validity of the sit-and-reach test can only assess the hamstring and the lower back, compared to the other test, which is going to test all parts of the joints. This is also more time-consuming and cannot be conducted in the group or in the field. So for strength, we looked at 1 rep max again and grip dynamometer. For advantages, this assesses directly the maximum weight that can be lifted per 1 repetition, which makes it quite handy for the case of athletes who require accurate measurements of their strength. For disadvantages, for the 1 rep max, injury can be caused if the form or technique is improper, which can lead to, also due to lack of experience, fatigue, or motivation. This can all impact the reliability. Okay, aerobic, that's all.
So as a business, we predicted to have weekly sales of around 38,500 per week. And we actually ended up selling in week 1, 38,092. Then in week 2, ended up selling 30,090. Week 3, 18,730. So as we can note in week 3, the sales dropped a bit due to the excitement within the students also reduced, so the sales were lower. Then week 4, we sold 20,470. Then week 5, 14,850. So this was our product list, and these were the profit margins we had on each product. So our Red Bulls had a profit margin of 70 per unit, 70 shillings. Our KOs, which was iced tea, had a profit margin of 5 shillings. So this was an error we had as a business in terms of our product research. In the beginning, we didn't consult to find out the profit margin on the iced teas, which is why it was so low, and we decided to get rid of the product. Then Ribenas were at 70, Urban Bites were at 15, Popcorns were at 80, Sprites were at 20, Fiestas were at 15, small ice cream cakes were at 30, then the large ice cream cakes were actually at 50.
Before we started this student-led enterprise, I never realized how profitable a canteen could be. So, to give you more financial information about our business, I'll first start off with our break-even. So this break-even table is meant to show how many units we were meant to make to cover for our costs and generate profits. For instance, caramel popcorn, we had them both in medium and small, so we were meant to sell approximately 4 servings of caramel popcorn to be profitable. And for the small, we had to sell 6 servings. For our next product, which was Red Bull, we had to sell about 4 cans to start generating profit. And other things like the ice lollies, we were meant to sell approximately 29 or 30 servings. For Sundays, we had to sell about 4 servings to be profitable. And our Ribena, we had to sell 10 cartons. And our brownie slices, we had to sell about 5 slices to be profitable. Raj. The next financial report I'm going to share with the audience will be our cash flow statement. So the cash flow statement displays the company's cash inflows and outflows with categories such as operating activities, investing activities, and financing activities. So for cash inflows, we generated 122,232,000. And for outflows, we had about 65,982. That would make our net cash flow, which was our
title. Then we have is a job description, a summary of the duties and responsibilities associated with the role. And lastly, we have is a company information, which is an outline of the business that covers its goals and values. Next, we have is job description. So a job description is a document that is used to summarize the key responsibilities, the duties and necessary skills, qualification for a job position in an organization. It is helpful as it can be beneficial to the organization by increasing the likelihood of attracting the candidates that are most suitable for the job role, as well as those values, ideas align most with the organization. So the things that we need in the document is a job title, so that's the name of the position. Then we have a job purpose, a statement that summarizes the main goal of the role inside the organization. Then we have the key responsibilities, which is a list of the primary duties and tasks that the employee is expected to perform. Then we have performance criteria, which are detailed instructions that outline how a worker output will be evaluated. And lastly, we have is key knowledge, which is the core skills and behaviors required to be successful in the role, which are listed in that section.
Some more examples of the documentation that is required in the recruitment and selection process includes the person specification or the CV, an example of which you can see. This is a detailed document that summarizes the candidate's level of education, skill set, work experience, as well as the achievements that they have that can be used to market themselves to the interviewers or potential employers. A CV should include the following, such as the candidate's personal data, like their name, their contact details, and possibly a statement about the applicant, followed by their education, which is a list of their academic qualifications, including the degrees earned, the dates of graduation, and the schools attended. Work experience is followed thereafter, which is where the candidate provides a description of the former employment, such as the employment dates, job titles, and duties. Under skills, they should include examples of abilities that they have that can be relevant for the position, such as technical expertise, spoken languages, or interpersonal skills. Lastly, a CV should include references, which is the contact information for the individuals who may be able to vouch for the candidate's moral character and expertise in the field. A job application form, as seen in the picture on the left, is a document or an online form that is used to systematically collect the most important information from a candidate for the position that they have applied for. It is a tool for the organization to be able to collect data from all the candidates to be able to fairly evaluate each of the candidates, making the process more efficient and fair. A job application form usually includes a section for the candidate to be able to fill out their personal information, such as their name, address, phone number, or email address, which can be used by the company to contact the candidates outside of the interviews, followed by employment history, which is a section where the applicant is able to list the previous jobs along with the duties and durations for the job that they're applying for, followed by education, which is the academic information on the academic qualifications, such as dates of graduation, degrees earned, and schools attended. Lastly, an application form includes training history, which provides details on any relevant classes or trainings that the applicant may have taken in order for professional growth. The last documentation I'll be taking you through is a job offer letter. This is an example of a standard job offer letter, which is a document of formal communication from the organization to the candidate, and it outlines some of the details, such as the job title, which is the position being offered to the candidate, the start date, which is the projected date that the company would like the candidate to start working, the pay and benefits, which are the details on the compensation packages, such as the paid time off, health insurance, or any bonuses they may be able to receive as they progress further in the company. Lastly, a job offer letter should include the acceptance instructions, which is
the referees that we checked with. And we just said, no, this person was very good at the interview, very good at the written, let's just give him a chance. And true to what the other people evaluated, that was really our nightmare in the team. Yeah, so mine is general, even across the other presentations. From where I sit here, I tend to find myself trying to read, because the presenter is reading everything word by word, and that makes me also want to read along with him or her. So probably in future, just to improve on the slides, there are rules of how you prepare your slides, so that now you don't cause the audience to stop listening to you and focus on reading. That's just a comment across all the groups that are presented. Thank you.
I think I don't know much about the hospitality, but I think hospitality starts from your own home. Do you agree? Yeah. So I don't know, what did you learn from your discourse? In a few words.
Okay, so one of the other units we're doing this term is a contemporary global cuisines. So in that unit, we have practicals that we have to do in school. So we usually practice them at home, and also like cooking at home is like an advantage for that unit.
I think cooking is secondary. In the first hospitality, the first thumb rule is what?
Service.
Exactly. And taking care, isn't it? So the take care starts from your own home, for your siblings, your parents, your neighbors, and the same thing applies to when you reach to a different institution where you have to take care of other people as well.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes, I agree.
Okay, okay, good.
Thank you.
Let's give a final round of appreciation for the presentation. And now the final presentation to wrap up our segment here. Group 3, BTEC Enterprise and Entrepreneurship. Let's give them a warm welcome up on the stage.
Good afternoon, our esteemed parents, teachers, and students. My name is Michelle Mushina from the team BTEC Enterprise and Entrepreneurship, here with my fellow partners from SIP and Snack Bar, and this is our BTEC pitch deck presentation. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you enjoy. So firstly, we have a table of contents. So we'll be taking you through, first of all, an overview and introduction of our business, understanding the problem in the market, our solution, the outcome of the business, our evidence, and our conclusion.
So Sip and Smackma is a business partnership with 9 members.
Or break time or lunch time if a customer requested. These also sold really well due to, of course, who doesn't love coffee? Moving on to our tea, we had cardamom tea, masala tea, and ginger tea. These were a fan favorite by our local Indians, as you can see myself. So these sold really well, also for 70 bob. Moving on to our crisps, as you can see at the top, we have cheese and onion, salt and vinegar, perfectly salted, and tangy tomato. Those sold for 65 shillings, and at the bottom, our kettle crisps, salsa verde, sour cream, and chives, which sold for 75 shillings. Moving on to our homemade cookies, these are also a part of our ice cream sundaes. They were included. People really love these, and they were a fan favorite. Moving on to our cinnamon rolls, these were 80 bob, and when we sold them, we realized it wasn't a fan favorite. So rather than wasting money, we stopped selling it and we moved on to something that would catch the customer's attention. Moving on to our juices, these are refreshments served during hot days, like home tournaments for basketball, netball, all of that. Apple juice, mango pineapple, mango juice. These are all at 70 shillings. Then we have our ice creams, salted caramel, white chocolate, classic, toffee and chalk, red devil, lemon and lime, crazy cola, and butterscotch. Salted caramel was for 90 shillings, white chocolate was for 80 shillings, classic was for 70 shillings, toffee and chalk, red devil, lemon and lime, butterscotch, crazy cola, all for 50 shillings. Moving on to our milkshakes, as you can see, vanilla, coffee, chocolate, bubblegum. These are really good also during home matches, netball, football, etc.
our target audience was the students of Oshwal. They range between 16 and 17 years old. We already knew that we had to market our products below 150 because that was the average students would bring per day. So all our products were below 150 to match our target audience.
Okay, moving on to the financial documents of here, we have the first one is a statement of comprehensive income, also known as the income statement. So we're going to start with the revenue of 169,623. So I think one of our competitive advantages that we gained throughout the business to keep this, to maintain this and to keep it high is that because of our marketing team that consisted of head of marketing Charlene, she ensured that the posters and all our social media marketing was very effective. That's why we managed to make consistent profits and revenue throughout each week. Moving on to the cost of goods sold, which are direct costs for the business. We had the opening inventory, which was the total amount of goods sold, total amount of goods in the start of the business, which was 10,207. The carried in was basically a transport that, brought the goods into the business. It was 1,235. And our purchases, of course, what we bought from our suppliers was 91,145, which gave a total cost of goods sold of 102,587. And minusing the revenue from the cost of goods sold was a gross profit, which we got 67,036. And then we had our expenses, and one of our competitive advantages that we gained is we managed to keep our expenses low, of only 2,472, which was the equipment at 21,106 and 3,614, which gave us a net profit of 42,316. As you can see on the right over here, we have our net profit margin of 24.9. This was very good for us because according to market research, we realized between 20 to 25% is a very healthy profit margin. 850, which was required for the production of cookies and sundaes, which came down to 5,850, leaving us with a negative cash from investing activities of 26,956. After that is the finance activities, which this only included the capital, which was contributed from all the partners, which came down to 31,500. After all that, it all left us with a total positive cash flow of 70,105 shillings.
Okay, I'll be taking you through the evidence in our business. The first picture on your left is us setting up 5 minutes before break time because we had to make sure that everything is presentable, such as the crisps, the dairy fresh, and everything else. The second picture is us guys having a meeting after the first week of the business. In this meeting, we were discussing things such as reducing the cookie prices, since Sile and I, who were on the counter, were getting some complaints about the cookies being overpriced and other products. The third picture is us guys now operating the business with the customers over there, as you can see. This was also the second week during break time. That's why the line is not that long, and during the ending minutes of break time. The next picture is Sile and Yuvraj, who were managing the people, how they sold their products and who they sold to, and making sure they are balancing to avoid any issues. The next picture is us guys during lunchtime. Sile and I are on the counter as the rest of the group is behind, either making sundaes or any other products that we were selling.
As Sip and Snack Bar, our main objective was to create excitement and build strong connections with our customers. And with this in mind, we started by introducing our fun mascot during our school assembly on our business launch. And this helped us grab customers' attention and make our brand more memorable. To increase visibility of our brand, we designed attractive posters that included our menu, individual products, and M-Pesa to cash exchange service, and placed them all around school. Moreover, we made badges with our logo that helped customers identify us. Lastly, we used Instagram as a digital marketing tool to promote our products, share photos and updates, and interact with our customers online.
Okay, so for our challenges faced, first we have lack of experience. So none of us have actually set up an enterprise, so we may not have had the skills that were required to actually launch, run, and set up the enterprise. Then we have inventory and supply issues. So one of the challenges that we faced at the end of the business is that we had a lot of stock remaining, such as dairy fresh, juices, crisps. So at the end, we had to give out our products such as ice creams and ice cream lollies. And supply issues. So we would have random times where our suppliers would bring our products, which was not what we agreed with our coordinator, Ms. Helen. And this issue came due to the lack of stock checks during each.
There is nothing strange being done out there than actually what they were doing here. It is the same formula. The only difference is the environment they'll do it, and probably the age they'll do it. But even their parents are actually doing the same at their age. That is what is paying school fees for them. It is not strange, isn't it? So teachers handling the students in real life experiences and showing them actually what their parents do to pay school fees. Clap for the teachers again. Out here, we are not doing what Albert Einstein was doing with physics. You are not balancing mathematics of the stars and navigation. We are actually balancing mathematics of sales and demand. We are balancing mathematics of what I'm selling today and what I'm buying in the evening. There is nothing else. It's a balance sheet. And that is what is paying school fees today here. So teachers and students, that was a very good and bold show. Now, Teacher Helen and Teacher Daniel and the fellow teachers, I would feel like you should take this a step further. Now that it is still business and it is still what is being done out there, I was wondering, why can't you be establishing actual businesses where these guys can register them and even have some fallback and a stepping stone as they move on to the other life out here? For instance, all of us went to the university. You remember, most universities have something called tax shop. Tax shops. And most tax shops are run by students in the university, isn't it? I don't know if there's anybody who ever came across a tax shop in campus which was not run by a student. And it is under student welfare. So Oshwal should actually elevate this idea to a tax shop so that it is permanently there, so that every group that is doing this can actually be running an actual tax shop, which they will hand over to the next group.
Now, please enjoy a soulful interlude by Nadia Ford and the team. Let the music carry you.
to rediscover. You're only here to love and to be free. Oh, life will be just you believe in you. Oh, life will be just you believe in you. If you're alive, there's no excuse. God gave you a gift that you don't know yet how to use. Get out your mind, 'cause time won't wait for you. Live your life, live your life. I can see the hope that's in your eyes, and I can see the magic in your life. That it took your whole life to rediscover. You're only here to love and to be free. Oh, life will be just you believe in you. Oh, life will be just you believe in you. Oh, life will be just you believe in you. Oh, life will be just you believe in you.
At the back, they are not where we are. Good afternoon at the back. Wonderful. Those are the business people. Thank you for this chance. I've been given a few minutes. I'll try to use them well. I'm Dr. Stella, as you have heard, but I like Karemi so much because I was given by my late dad, and that's the one I normally use most of the times as my surname to remember him wherever he is. May I just say thank you for the good presentations, and also say sorry for coming late. Actually, the pin was making us rotate around, so we were late those few minutes because of we could not be able to locate exactly the school. But finally we came, and I can say I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot of what you have done. Teachers, congratulations. Let's give them applause. I teach in grown-ups, and mostly it is online classes where these students can decide to sleep because I can't see them. They can decide to go and cook, or even go and do other funny things on their own. But here, I'm really happy. It reminds me when I was a high school teacher, sometimes back in the 80s.
Thank you, Dr. Stella Karimi. And now for the final words of gratitude, we invite Mr. Daniel for the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Let's appreciate Dr. Stella. Yes, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the school administration even for providing a platform where our students can at least nurture their entrepreneurship skills. Let's appreciate the school administration. We also want to appreciate the teachers. Let's appreciate the teachers for the tremendous work they've done. Let's also appreciate our parents. Remember, they were the financiers. I hope you gave them some share of the profits.